everyone, so we will be discussing about one of the confusing problems that exists in the Liverpool team right now. Yes, today we are going to discuss about Trent Alexander-Arnold. So as we all know, he's one of the Liverpool lads growing up in our own Merseyside, but right now we all know he is on a verge of exit to Real Madrid. So that's why we need to discuss about Trent Alexander-Arnold at this point of our season. And as we all know, he's a great player and on his day he will make us proud, but on the other side, if he's not performing well, he will cause us a lot. That's why, as I already mentioned, this is a confusing problem that exists in Liverpool that should be discussed. So now let's discuss about the significance of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So we can hear from a lot of pundits who will be saying that he cannot defend well, he doesn't have that technical ability, he cannot dribble past a lot of players, he doesn't have the speed. Yeah, I agree all these points, but what makes Trent Alexander-Arnold so significant in this arena right now is because of his two unique ability, which can be summed up in one way: the unpredictability factor. Yeah, the unpredictability factor that brought by Trent Alexander-Arnold by his passing range and his quick thinking is so unique. So that's why he is valued by a lot of teams in this world at this moment. So if you go back to the 2018-19 season where we had that wonderful night against Barcelona at Anfield, do you think any other player on this world can replicate that? I don't think so. And second part is his passing range. Beautiful whipping passing ball into the final third, which can cause harm to any team, any high level or elite defenders. So that's why he's a unique player. His quick thinking and his diverse passing range. And when these two combine together, that's a deadly combination. And that has been replicated over the years and over the season. So if we go back to this season itself, where we drew against Arsenal, what a ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold to Mo Salah. Or even if we go back to 21-22 season, what a performance by him against the Man City. Or even 22-23 season, where we drew against Man City, where he had scored a goal. So I don't think any other player in this planet can replicate these kinds of performance right now. So that's why he's a unique player. And the third part is his combination between Mo Salah. Yeah. So Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold combined together is a deadly duo. And I believe that Trent Alexander-Arnold has contributed a lot to the development of Mo Salah. And a lot of output of Mo Salah, especially in the final third, is because of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Because while Trent Alexander-Arnold overlapped in that flank, on the right hand side flank, which allow Mo Salah to drift inside to the final third, which gives him the freedom to score a lot of goals. So I'm so curious about how Mo Salah will be playing after Trent's departure. I believe that he is a unique player and he is the perfect piece in this Liverpool team that makes our team as unique and special as well. So he's so significant to this Liverpool team. So yeah, let's now look on to how the career of Trent Alexander-Arnold has evolved over the period of time. So from my analysis, I have divided Trent Alexander-Arnold career into two parts. So first part starts from 2017 and ends in 2022, whereas the second part starts in 2022 and ends obviously in the current season. So if you go back to the past, in 2017-18 season, Trent Alexander-Arnold broke into this Liverpool team, and as we all know, back in his academy days, actually he was a midfielder. And why he broke into our team as a right back? Because we didn't have a quality right back at that particular point of time. And Jurgen Klopp made a lot of tweaks and mold into Trent Alexander-Arnold in order to integrate him into the system. Because as we all know, Klopp was a visionary and he saw the potentiality of becoming a great player. So that's why he picked the talent and integrated into the current Liverpool team. So that's from 2017 to 2022, it has been a glorious period for Trent Alexander-Arnold, especially that famous night against Barcelona at Anfield. and he won a lot of trophies, enjoyed a lot of success, especially under Klopp, and he became a significant, pivotal, and inevitable ingredient for the Liverpool success story. But from 2022, things started to change a lot. I'm not going to mention about the Real Madrid final because that's traumatic for me as well. But what I am going to mention is the first game that we played after that final, especially against Fulham, where teams started to figure out or expose TAA defensive capabilities, especially on the right flank side. And he literally struggled defensively in that season. And we have seen a massive drop off of our midfielders at that Liverpool team, especially Henderson and Fabinho, struggled to cover for Trent Alexander-Arnold at that particular position, and our entire team struggled. I'm not saying that TA was solely responsible for the team struggle, but Klopp found it difficult to cover up for the defensive errors and vulnerabilities of TA. So that's how he saw a bright idea where he bought a shift or he made a tweak by bringing TA from the right back, by making a slight change, by bringing in the concept of inverted fullback in TAA. Actually, he didn't invent inverted fullback, but he brought that concept and integrated with TAA. So that's where his second stint or second part of TAA career evolved from 2023 or 22 to 25, where he started to try as an inverted fullback and he started to whip a lot of balls. His passing range, his creativity, his numbers all improved, which has been clearly evident in the stats as well. So if you check the stats, if you compare the stats or his heat map of 21-22 season, we can see that a lot of time has been spent on the right hand side of Liverpool. But in 23-24 season, he's spending most of his time in the middle of the park, where his numbers literally improved and defensive record of Liverpool improved as well. But coming to the right, the current season under Slot doesn't want an inverted fullback. He wanted a disciplined right back with a little defensive vulnerabilities. So that's a kind of a little issue for Trent Alexander-Arnold, because TA wants a lot of freedom. If he gets a lot of freedom, he can literally thrive. I also doesn't want him to be a player who tries back down, having that defensive responsibility. But under Slot system, he needs to be disciplined. So that's how the Trent Alexander-Arnold career evolved from my perspective from the starting of 2017 to 2025 season. So now let's discuss why Trent Alexander-Arnold is a problem for Liverpool. So the biggest problem here is that actually Trent Alexander-Arnold is not right back. Yeah, that's true. He's not right back. As we discussed earlier, he came through all ranks in the academy as well as Liverpool. Throughout his young age, he has been a midfielder. That's why he is a defensive liability for the team. So even though Jurgen Klopp, for the purpose of integration of a good quality right back, he brought Trent into the right back system. But actually, he's not a right back, he's a midfielder. And the other factor I would like to mention is that we need to sacrifice other players in order to cover for the defensive lapse that has been happened by the Trent Alexander-Arnold. If we look at all over the years, we have been sacrificing Fabinho, Henderson, Mo Salah, Ibrahimovic this season. All these players has been working as a buffer in order to cover the defensive lapse for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Even if we go in this season, especially that horrible performance against Manchester United, Virgil van Dijk was fuming at TAA. So this kind of situation is caused by TAA, and that's why he is a liability and he causes a lot of problems. And one more thing, Mo Salah is our biggest player, but playing Trent at the right wing makes even Mo Salah to focus on his defensive duties. So it's been a big confusing problem because of his attacking potential, but also his defensive lapse as well. So after after all these problems, all this confusion, let's get deeper into the solutions. Yeah. So while talking about the solution, actually the first question, why we need a new right back? Because we already have one gem of right back who is Conor Bradley, who also has a comparatively better defensive record and defensive power as than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Actually, while I was watching him, he's really good in defensive duties and attacking as well. He makes a really good run. And one particular thing I really loved about Conor Bradley is his run into the middle of the box, especially against that Fulham game where we lost the match. The run he made in the middle of the box, superb. And actually, the biggest asset of Conor Bradley is that he's a right back compared to Trent Alexander-Arnold. There is no need for a new role of inverted fullback, or we no need to tuck him back. No need. Actually, he's a proper right back, and he's good. And he's so young, and a lot can be improved over the years. And he's a Scouser, and he's a Liverpool lad. So we have a lot of hopes on him. But the other question is, if Trent goes, all his unpredictability, all his crucial moment goals, and all his spontaneity and significance fell apart. So how we can overcome that situation? So for that, we need to move to the other segment. So now in this segment, we will be focusing on why actually we need a right back. As I already discussed, we have Conor Bradley, who's a right mix of both defensive aspects as well as offensive aspects, and he can be a great right back for Liverpool over the years. But we will miss the creativity outlet, we will miss the spontaneity, we will miss the quick thinking in the crucial moment. How we can replace that? So why we are fixated on this creativity from the right back side or the defensive player? Actually, we don't need that. Actually, instead of going for a creative attacking right back, what we can focus on right in this moment is going for a midfield option where we can get really a good player like Florian Wirtz or other creative players who can also deliver that kind of creativity. Actually, I don't know whether we can get Wirtz or other players, but for me, from my perspective, I always believe that the creativity should come from the midfield instead of going from the right back. Yeah, it's great if our right back is a good creative player, but actually it's really great if he's also good in defensive. That's what we lack right now. So if we can get a proper number 10 or a good midfielder with great vision, great kick thinking, and make us win more games, maybe the title next year, I'll be more satisfied, because as compared to right back, midfielder doesn't have that kind of a defensive liability and that kind of scrutiny Trent Alexander-Arnold faces right now. In the conclusion, what I would like to speak here is that actually Trent has been a great asset for Liverpool side, and we are gonna miss our scouts, our lad. I don't know whether it's confirmed, whether he's leaving to Real Madrid, I don't know. But if he leaves, that's going to be a big loss and big gap in the Liverpool for the creative side only. Because actually, if he leaves Liverpool, even Joe Gomez, Conor Bradley can contribute much more in the defensive aspect of the Liverpool side. So actually, that's why it is a confusing problem, and he is a confusing star of Liverpool. So that's all about this video, and I hope you liked it, and we'll see you on the next video.